nation's commercial capital. This is the news at 10, live from Channels Television. Reporting tonight, Amarachi Ubani.
Good evening and welcome. Tonight, a bloody day in Borno as suspected terrorists massacre 52 people and burn over 300 homes. Another huge revenue loss for the nation with a burst of an NNPC pipeline in Ijegun area of Lagos. The Senate screens service chiefs, the first since the return to civil rule in the country. And serious talks end in a deadlock in Geneva as negotiators disagree on the divisive issue of transfer of power.
On Business News tonight, FBN Holdings PLC unveils its new corporate identity to customers and investors.
And in sports news, Manchester United completes the signing of Spanish midfielder Juan Mata.
And from Abuja, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, may begin crackdown on operators of bureaus de change owing to poor record of customers' identity.
Are not minding the military's determination to end terror attacks in the northeast within 3 months. Members of the insurgent group Boko Haram seem to be daring the military with the launch of a massive attack on the market near Kawuri village in Borno State. 52 people were killed and over 300 houses burnt by the attackers. This is the biggest attack since the beginning of this year, coming barely a day after attackers armed with guns and explosives killed 22 people during a church service in Waga Chakawai village in Adamawa State, also in northeast Nigeria. Reports say on arriving at the scene, the attackers set off bombs and fired into the congregation yesterday morning before burning houses and taking residents hostage in a siege that lasted 4 hours. Spokesperson for the Catholic Diocese of Yola, Reverend Father Raymond Dambuye, confirmed that the 22 people killed in the attack have been buried at a funeral today. Waga Chakawa is near the border with Borno State, which has been the hotbed of Boko Haram activities. Well, today's attack appears to be an affront on the service chiefs, especially to the Chief of Defense Staff, Air Marshal Alex Bade, who had warned members of the SEC to drop their arms or prepare for war. As the Senate considers confirming the appointments, one thing top in their minds is bringing the SEC members to their knees as soon as possible. The service chiefs, apart from the Chief of Defense Staff, include the Chief of Army Staff, Major General Kenneth Minima, Chief of Naval Staff, Rear Admiral Usman Jibrin, and Chief of Air Staff, Air Vice Marshal Adeshola Amosu. At the screening, the Chairman, Senate Committee on Defense, Senator George Sekibo, said previous administrations had flouted Section 217 to 219 of the 1999 Constitution by not sending the names of the service chiefs to the Senate for confirmation.
The oil theft and vulneration of pipelines in the South-South region is a major economic breach, which resulted in the effect of reducing national earnings from the oil and gas sector, and these must be stopped. It is our belief that the change of patterns from the previous services by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to those of you who are presenting yourselves for screening is to work towards achieving tranquility in the Northeast region, eliminate oil theft and pipeline vandalization in the South-South region, stop the kidnapping in the Southeast region and other areas of the country, and also perform your other professional duties. The screening exercise, therefore, may not necessarily be to assess your academic excellence, but your competence in strategic military operations. It is hoped that those of you who will scale through the screening of the Senate Joint Committee and the confirmation by the Senate will focus on the aforementioned national security challenges.
To the lawmakers, some of the members of the House of Representatives say they are ready to resist any attempt by lawmakers of the All Progressives Congress to frustrate the passage of the 2014 budget. Speaking as part of a new group in the House, lawmakers from the PDP, APGA, Accord Party and Labour Party say the resolution by the APC is unpatriotic and anti-progressive. Our correspondent, Lanre Lasisi, was at the National Assembly and reports.
Long live the House of Reps.
It's the unveiling of another group in the House of Representatives, the Nigeria Unity Group, made up of lawmakers from the PDP, APGA, Accord and Labour parties. They say they are totally against the position taken by the APC, directing all its members in the National Assembly to block all executive bills, including the 2014 Appropriation Bill.
Attempt to tamper with the 2014 budget and hence the transformation agenda of President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan will be met with robust resistance. No Nigerian anywhere will stand by and watch an opposition greedy with mischief and power loss frustrate the hopes of tens of millions of Nigerians.
This position was echoed by another group of lawmakers in the House who said the directive by the APC is a desperate attempt to frustrate the government. They have called on their colleagues in the APC to disregard the directive.
We ought to look beyond the actual intention of the interim leadership of APC, who have shown repeatedly that they care less for the welfare of Nigerians than they do for their desperate quest to take power by any means, including through hate-mongering, armed violence. We urge you to disregard this directive, which consequence you know will be detrimental to the interests of the larger population of Nigerians.
An APC member in the House said the APC caucus in the House is yet to meet on the matter. From his comments, it's clear he would have preferred if his party had taken a less contentious position.
We must not be allowed to tilt that balance by way of instability. The nation should always come first. So blocking the budget will be, in my humble opinion, in direct contradiction of what the oath of office that we took and our legislative agenda.
Some PDP lawmakers say they are already trying to persuade APC lawmakers in the House.
Some of them are not even happy with it. They're very, very unhappy with it. Some of them have been bold enough to attend to this conference. Some will not be able to do that. And if you know how politics in Nigeria is played, you realize that most of the members are attached to the outcomes of their governors. That's why you can see when governors defect, members defect.
The stage appears set. Some say this could be a defining moment for federal lawmakers as they get set to decide what will be their main focus. Will it be party politics or the interests of Nigerians? Lanre Lasisi, Channels Television News.
In the meantime, the People's Democratic Party, the PDP and the All Progressives Congress is still on the warpath over the APC's directive to its lawmakers to block the appropriation bill. While the PDP is asking the APC to apologize to the nation, the APC says it stands by its decision.
It's more important, the budget or the stability of this country, the budget or the lives of the people in Rivers State. The budget you're happy about, the proceeds are from the oil, from oil revenues, and oil is actually from the Delta area. If the situation in Rivers State should escalate to a state of anarchy and spread to other states, would there even be any revenue? Why would the president not be willing to return land order to a part of the country he governs? See, the whole idea of being in the National Assembly is for good governance. You use your numbers in the Legislative House to promote good governance.
APC, they've committed a big blunder, an act against democracy in this country, and yet they're trying to justify it. What I expected Lai Mohammed and APC to be telling Nigerians is that we made a mistake. We have a democracy in this country. This is the longest period that we've been experiencing democracy. And what do you tell people? You attempt to stop that democracy because you believe that you are scoring a cheap political point. We advise the APC to be as open, as transparent as the PDP.
We're staying with political developments in the country, and reactions have continued to trail the recent defection of 20 members of the Kwara State House of Assembly to the All Progressives Congress from the People's Democratic Party. According to a leader of the PDP in the state, Mr. Musa Kala Inua, most of the legislators that defected were deceived. He said it will only be a matter of time before they realize that the decision to change party is a grave error. However, an official of the All Progressives Congress in Kwara State, Yemi Afolayan, disagrees with him.
When the news of the defection of 20 legislators from the Kwara State House of Assembly hit the airwaves, it rattled the people of Kwara. But then, the lawmakers who before that switch were staunch members of the PDP have made their choices in the hallowed chamber of the House. However, that decision is still creating ripples within political circles in Kwara State, with the PDP chieftain describing the action of the legislators as a display of political naivety.
In fact, it is now that PDP will record much votes than before, because right from the grassroots now, the people have understood what is politics in Kwara. They know that we are trying to make Kwarans free.
But a leader of the All Progressives Congress in Kwara State sees nothing wrong with the change of party, especially when such an action was unanimously taken.
The state is on course. The leadership has carried everybody along with him to the next level, and that is the next political party to APC that we are in now. It shows that the electorate are also with us. The chairman of local government council are also with us. The 193 councillors are also with us. So everybody that is somebody in political life of Kwara with APC.
While these party officials on both sides of the spectrum engage themselves in war of words, the Ilorin branch of the NBA explains the position of the law on the issue of defection.
If the party who defected from one party to another can establish that it defected as a result of a division in the party from which is defecting, or that there is a merger of two or more parties to the party to which is defecting, then that person or that member of the house does not have to vacate his seat.
As the argument swings back and forth like a pendulum, it appears there will be more on this matter, as both parties prepare for the battle for the political soul of Kwara State.
In part two, after the break, a former aviation minister challenges his trial by the EFCC. To join us again.